Hey there, this is Dell, and I wanted to share with you today something that I did. I thought it was so much fun. I was at a networking event, and the event was held at the University of Phoenix, the Memphis campus, just in case somebody is not in Memphis and they're viewing this. But anyway, it was at the University of Phoenix, and I got to meet some wonderful, just amazing people. The event, it was called Power Up, and it was really geared towards their students and alumni, and actually the community, probably just about anybody could have attended. I was privileged, and I do mean privileged, to be one of the invited guests. I was on this panel, and we were talking about networking, and some of the other people that were on the panel as well. And I make sure because I just met these people, so I wrote their names down, make sure I do not forget them ever. Rodney Adams and Dr. Taylor, both of them are in HR and IT. You know, they're experts in that. And I'm not going to go into any details trying to explain what HR is or IT, because if you don't know what it is, you probably don't need it anyway. So it's neither here nor there. But they are experts in it. For those of you who are familiar with that, it's something that really requires an expertise. You can't just kind of be dibbling and dabbling in it. So they're great at what they do. They had such wonderful, just input on the networking. And the other person I was with is Joe Garner. Joe Garner is fabulous. She is over Talk Shop. And if you're not familiar with Talk Shop, you're just missing something. You really need to be going to Talk Shop, particularly if you're trying to do any type of really great networking. Talk Shop is the place to be. And they actually meet at the University of Phoenix, the Memphis chapter, on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. You need to be there. It's a free event. And honestly, even if it wasn't, it's worth whatever she would be charging. Hopefully she will never have to charge for it, but it is free. And there's a lot of business people that are there, people who have businesses, and people who might be in the process of starting a business, people who are looking for jobs, people who have jobs. It's really a great mixture of people that are there. Just a wonderful place to network. And not only are you networking, but you're being educated. You're learning something, because every week she has a different speaker, and the speakers are talking on just a variety of things. It might have something to do with the housing in Memphis, or we just recently had Mayor Luttrell there, and he had a great message to give to the group. We've had image consultants. Goodness knows we learned a lot from her. And, she just had so much wonderful information. We've had people that were talking about how to get jobs, and once you get it, how to keep it and all of this. I mean, just great information. So every week is somebody else who's going to be teaching all different kinds of things. So that is definitely my plug. If you can ever make it, 9 o'clock, University of Phoenix, be there for Talk Shop with Joe Garner. Joe Garner, she is absolutely phenomenal. You gotta meet her. She is with Evolve Bank. And one of the things that she said that it was really kind of funny, but it just shows her passion for what she does. She handles mortgages, and she says, I eat mortgages for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, she loves what she does, and she's good at it. So if you are in the market for a house or anything of the sort, Joe Garner is the person that you need to talk to. Now, that being said, the person who was coordinating it and actually acting as the moderator for this event at the University of Phoenix was, Dr. Adam Carr. Wonderful gentleman. Great person to network with. You need to get to meet him as well. And Dylan Kennedy was there, and also Raquel. She was there as well, and they were, partly responsible for making sure that this event happened. It was just wonderful. And the thing is, it wasn't just the people who attended that got information, but it was the panel, because all of us had so much information and so much input that we were learning from each other. I don't think anyone walked out of there who didn't learn something. There was so much great information that was going on. I remember one of the things that Dr. Taylor was talking about in terms of the networking is to make certain that you're listening to the people. Because a lot of times when we're networking, we're so busy thinking about, I'm networking and I'm really trying to make a sale, or I'm trying to get hired, I'm trying to get a client, whatever. And we're not really thinking about what the other person is saying. We're not listening to them. We're sitting there trying to formulate what we're going to say, what we're going to say about ourselves. I'm really wishing the other person, that they would just kind of shut up so I can talk about me. A lot of times that's what's going on. That's not good. We need to be listening to the people to whom we are speaking and really internalizing what they're saying. Because honestly, if you let people talk long enough, they'll tell you everything that you need to know, and you may not have to ask them anything. But it's always good to have some good questions, just in case. But it's so important to listen to them and really treat people as though they matter, because they do matter. And, don't talk about yourself the whole time. Yeah, you do need to talk about yourself some, just because you're introducing yourself, but not just constantly me, 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 me. It's all about me. No, it's not. We need to try to serve people and be helpful and useful to people as well. Something that Joe Garner, that she was talking about, dealt with staying in touch with your the people that you're networking with. Don't just get their card and let it kind of go by the wayside. You need to make certain that you're keeping a list, and maybe even two lists, a list of people that are going to be helpful to you right now, and then a list of people that maybe down the road this is going to be a really good contact later on. But whether it's something that you can really use right now or someone later, keep up with those names and go back and kind of massage that list every now and then, and just be in touch with them, whether you're sending them a card or just a quick email, a phone call, whatever it is, but you're staying in touch with them. And that was something that Rodney Adams had mentioned, that it's important that, you're sending them, maybe a card or something or another, but when you do it, make it really personal. Make it something that really shows not only were you listening to them, but that they matter. Now, don't just send them a stock card and sign your name to it, or have cards where your name is printed on it. You haven't even written anything, but send them a card that you write, you hand write. And I know that's a dying art. People don't do that too much these days. So when you do, it really sets you apart, because you took time out of your schedule to write them a handwritten note. And that's not to say that you need to write War and Peace. You're going to write this, 20 pages. It's just a few lines to let them know that you were thinking about them. Not asking them for something, but you were thinking about them. You were considering them. That really goes a long way to help people just feel as though they matter. And you want them to feel that way, because they should matter to you. This should not be just how I can use you. No. How can you serve them? I mean, it just can't be about you. Also, something else that Rodney had mentioned, we talked a little bit about the social media, and to be very careful about who you're associating with on the social media. And, it's kind of like guilt by association. So you need to be very careful about that and how you present yourself on social media. And one of the things that I was really just kind of focused on a bit was presenting yourself the way you want to be seen, whether it's social media or whether it's the face-to-face contact, whatever it is, present yourself the way you want to be seen. When you enter that room, you need to look like you're ready to do business. Even if you own a garage. Okay, fine, you own it, but you need to own some soap and water too. I mean, you just can't come out looking like the rag on the floor at the garage. Look polished and professional as much as you can. Even when you're going to the grocery store, you never know when you're going to connect with someone, when you're going to have that opportunity to meet someone who can give you a referral, or somebody who might want to do business with you right then and there. So you don't want to walk around looking like a ragamuffin. Yes, a ragamuffin. You just don't want to do that. That does not help your cause at all. So there were just so many things that we talked about. It was a great afternoon. So glad that I was able to be there. Thank you so much, Dr. Carr, for considering me, allowing me to be on that panel. And if there are other things going on, I would be just too excited to be able to participate in those things. And I'm sure that the other folks that were on the panel, that they would love to come back as well. It was a great afternoon. Hats off to the University of Phoenix for having this for their students, for their alumni, and, just having something for the community and helping people to be able to network. And I know they're going to be doing some other things as well. So again, hats off to the University of Phoenix. And this is Dell signing out.